Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something you experience every day but probably don't think much about: friction. Ever wondered why your car stops when you hit the brakes? Or why a ball rolling on the ground eventually comes to a halt? Well, that's friction at work. Friction is a force that opposes the motion of objects. Without it, we'd be sliding all over the place. But did you know there are different types of friction? Let's break it down. First, let's talk about static friction. Imagine trying to push a heavy book on a table. At first, it doesn't move, right? That's because of static friction. Static friction is the force that keeps an object at rest. It has to be overcome for an object to start moving. The moment you apply enough force to overcome this friction, the book starts moving, and static friction is no longer in play. That's when kinetic friction kicks in. Once the book starts moving, the friction between the book and the table changes. This is called kinetic friction. Kinetic friction is the force that acts against the motion of an object already in motion. It's usually weaker than static friction, which is why it's easier to keep something moving than to start moving it. Part 4. Everyday examples of friction. In everyday life, friction is everywhere. Take walking, for example. You're able to walk because of static friction between your shoes and the ground. Without it, your feet would just slip. That's why it's harder to walk on ice. There's less friction, so it's easier to slip. On the other hand, kinetic friction comes into play when you're braking a car. The tires rub against the road, creating friction, and that's what brings the car to a stop. Part 5. Factors affecting friction. Now, friction doesn't always stay the same. It depends on several factors: the texture of the surfaces, the force pushing them together, and even the material they're made of. For example, rough surfaces create more friction while smooth surfaces create less. That's why sliding on sandpaper is tough, but sliding on ice is a breeze. Part 6. Pros and cons of friction. Friction can be both a friend and a foe. It helps us walk, stop cars, and keep objects in place. But too much friction can wear out your shoes or car tires. In machines, friction causes parts to wear down over time, which is why we use lubricants like oil to reduce friction. Part 7. Conclusion. So, the next time you walk, drive, or pick up an object, remember, friction is quietly doing its job. It keeps things moving, or in some cases, keeps them from moving too much. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about friction and want more science explained simply, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. See you in the next video.